I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Callie Pullman is suing Tyson Anderson in the amount of $600.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. May all be seated.
Miss Pullman claims her ex-husband's aggressive canine mauled her dog and says he stuck her with the vet bill.
State your name, ma'am.
Callie Pullman.
Sir?
Tyson Anderson.
All right, ma'am. You're suing the defendant for $600, alleging he owes this money because your dog was injured by his?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Give me some background. How do you know this gentleman? Oh, he's your ex-husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
5 dreadful, long years.
He didn't want to go to church?
He did not. He did not want to go to church.
She's a church lady. You didn't know that? I can tell that time I walk out here.
Wow.
She's a good church lady. That's why she dumped you.
Yeah, she's
if you're
good.
a good church lady like you appear to be, I'd get rid of them too. Wow. Trying to look, you probably got jewelry and try looking all worldly.
No,
Go
sir.
ahead.
No, sir.
Go ahead, church lady.
So we are here today. I was married to this man
How long?
for 5 years, 5 dreadful years.
Why did you all break up?
Because he's difficult,
Other
Your
than
Honor.
he didn't want to go to church. What else?
Because he's difficult, Your Honor. He's a difficult man. When we had our son, Dennis, he became a coach, a traveling coach, to where he would go and recruit other people, other teenagers
Other
from
women? Oh, you mean?
No.
Okay,
for
other
3 and 4 days
teenagers.
at a time throughout the week, he would go and supposedly be recruiting. I don't know any other high school coach, recruiter coach, that goes for 3 and 4 days to recruit any kid, for any type of events. So
You don't know a lot of coaches.
Right.
So how would you know?
Right.
Now, I'm with him on this.
Big
now,
facts.
I'm against women, well, anyone, man or women, spouses, getting suspicious when a person got to go to work.
Right.
3 and 4 days,
my
Your Honor?
goodness.
3 and 4 days?
If you don't, I don't know anything about it, and neither do you.
I was
but
building
I
the
do
brand.
know there's a heightened season of the year where the recruiting is done.
That's true.
And it is a very intense process and a highly competitive process. So I would think that you do have to hit a couple of states a lot of times. I go from Detroit because they got a student there that's balling out, and I'm trying to get him to go to Michigan State. Then I have to go to Chicago because they got a kid there. So you hit the whole Midwest. Where do you guys live?
We live in Portland, Oregon.
All right, I'm just trying to get the ladies to let the men go to work without being suspicious,
Thank
or
you, Your Honor.
or the men letting their wives or partners go to work without them being suspicious. I mean, my God, man can't go to work.
No, I understand that, Your Honor. We had a newborn at the time, and I explained to him, I'm not going to be raised in this newborn
Well, let me
by
stop
myself.
defending him because you may have caught him one time. Did you ever catch him?
No, Your Honor.
Well,
Nothing.
come on.
Nothing, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
She's exaggerating because, I moved on. I got something better. Got something better going for myself.
No,
so.
you don't. Does she go to church? Thank you.
Touche.
No, you don't then.
Touche. That's true.
But you got something better. Ain't nothing better than a good old church, a good young church lady.
Amen.
I can tell you that right now. What was the conflict? You bringing up him being on the road 3 times a week? Was he on the road 3 times a week year round?
Every week it comes around.
Year round?
Year round. It was never a break. And I know school gets out for the summer.
Yeah.
They get spring break. They get Christmas break. They get Thanksgiving
wasn't
break.
every
Why are
week.
you not
And I
home?
don't think you're even allowed to talk to students
It
year
wasn't.
round. There's only a certain part of the year. Am I right or wrong, sir?
You're right. You're
There's
right.
only a
But it
certain
wa-
part of the year where you're allowed to recruit and
Right.
talk to these
Right.
students. They
That's
don't
true.
let you interrupt students' education all during the year. You showing up at somebody's high school, or you showing up at their mama house and they trying to do their work, and you tell them, "Can I talk with your son? Can I talk with your son?" My son trying to do his homework.
Right,
Get on
right,
up
right.
the street. He definitely ain't come to your college now. Well, I'm with him on that, but that's not why we're here. You're suing about
Veterinary bills.
Yeah, you're suing about the dog. So tell me what happened.
So I went to drop off our son Dennis to him, and I usually just, go in quickly, give him a brief rundown. I left my dog in my car, as I always do when I go to his house, just because I'm always in and out. So I go in, I'm sitting here running him down on what happened with Dennis for the week, and all of a sudden I hear a scream. We go to the backyard, me and Tyson, we go to the backyard, and my dog is out there with a bloody leg. And I'm frantic and panicking, trying to figure out what happened because I left my dog in my car. So I don't understand why my dog is in this backyard. So he asks his daughter what happened. And she tells him that I went to her car and I pulled the dog out because the dog was barking and I wanted to play with the dog. So I brought it to the backyard to play with his dog. But his dog is an aggressive dog. So I'm trying to figure out why she would do that. I'm over here panicking because there's so much blood and still trying to figure out, your daughter knows the rules of your house. Why would she go and take my dog out of my car?
Well, the question I would have, the first question I would have, did his daughter or the child who opened the door, your stepdaughter, she's a daughter, and you don't step on her, do you?
No.
All right.
No.
Daughter by a different mother.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Was the door locked? But I know you wouldn't suspect the dog could unlock the door.
No, Your Honor, the door wasn't locked because I'm usually not there for that long.
And you wouldn't expect that the dog is able to unlock
Right.
it.
And later,
I was going through something. I had an affair with her husband, and I had a couple of kids.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Callie Pullman, who is suing Tyson Anderson for veterinary bills.
My point is, if his child had a regular contact with your dog, played with him all the time, the dog is friendly toward her, that doesn't sound unreasonable.
No.
That she would run up and say, oh, let me get Spot to play today. I love Spot. Me and Spot plays all the time. That's not the case.
No, that was not the case,
Okay.
Your Honor.
She doesn't play with him all the time.
No,
Okay.
but my dog is friendly. My dog is friendly to everybody.
And our dog is aggressive. And that's why we tell everybody not to bring your pet over, because our dog is aggressive.
And your
She
daughter
knew that.
knows the dog is aggressive, obviously. How old is your daughter?
13.
13, knows the dog is aggressive. The dog, she's abiding by the law. The dog is restrained in the car. Now, was the door locked? But I know you wouldn't suspect the dog could unlock the door.
No, Your Honor, the door wasn't locked because I'm usually not there for that long.
And you wouldn't expect that the dog is able to unlock
Right.
it. Right.
Anybody could open the door.
Oh, it's the
thief.
cars. How far is the car?
It's
It
a-
was in his driveway.
Yeah, it's in their driveway. I know anybody coming up there.
She has a cute dog. So
Well,
somebody.
it wasn't anybody. It was your daughter who did it.
That's true.
And the issue here is she's holding you accountable, whether you're accountable for your daughter's actions and whether your daughter's actions were negligent or not. And your daughter would have to be of age to be able to know the difference. And I'm going to conclude that she is. Science has determined that the mind isn't fully developed until age 24. They even got a specific date. Age 24 is when they see a person's mind is fully developed. Short of that, it's still developing. So that bad judgment you see by your child is making, but so-called grows out of it, yeah, their head then got bigger. Well, their mind has grown out of it. And so that's what that means. And your child hasn't grown out of it. However, age 13, she has the ability to determine right from wrong. Now, the consequences of opening the door and the result, I don't think she could perhaps speculate that would happen, ma'am. So we got another little issue to deal with in that regard. Yes, 13-year-old knows perhaps I shouldn't open this door because the dog is going to run out and I don't know where the dog is. She should know that. But would she know Would she even speculate? Would it ever come to mind that if I let this dog out, this dog is going to bite our dog or going to run up to our dog and be bitten? So I don't know. I'd have to give a lot of thought to that. But yes, sir.
Your Honor, everybody knows coming to our house to not bring a dog. She knows this. Don't bring a dog.
Your daughter knows that too, right?
Yeah, my daughter knows it.
All right, your daughter knows why.
She's the adult in the situation.
I bring my dog all the time, though.
I know.
See, ma'am, he's
I know
honest.
that.
He's being honest. You better get back with him. He done been converted. You saved again. You saved, because she's saved. She's saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. I can tell you that right now. Don't have the earrings on. She don't have the jewelry or Seventh-day Adventist. She's a strict Christian. She ain't playing with it.
And I am so happy to offer her
Got
to
the
the
earring
bailiff.
in your ear, diamond earring, looking all worldly.
But as I was saying, Your Honor,
Going home to that mini dress. I'm sorry. I'm having fun with you about your wife again. Please forgive me. Give your wife my regards. Tell her she was the subject. She's
so
famous now. What's her name, if you don't mind me saying?
TT.
CC?
TT.
TT is famous now. I've talked about her for 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to grant you your judgment. I believe that your daughter should have known that that dog should not have been allowed out because she let the dog out to play with him on your property, and your property is dangerous. $600 is your judgment. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $600.
I'm sorry this happened, but my property, my rules, your dog, your responsibility. That's how I feel.
You're just difficult, and I'm just glad everybody saw how difficult you are.
Coming up,
Tell me, why don't you think they're his children?
The first two I do agree with, but the second two, I have doubt.
Why?
They don't look like them at all.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Joyce Cratch is suing Anita Lane in the amount of $838. Miss Cratch claims her phone was destroyed by Miss Lane after they got into a huge fight at a family reunion and says the defendant needs to pay up.
State your name,
Joyce Cratch.
ma'am.
And Anita Lane.
All right, ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $838, alleging she threw your cell phone away, causing it to shatter.
She
Is
did.
that correct?
That's correct.
All right, where you all know each other from?
We are both from Ayden, North Carolina, and we've known each other for about 30 years. But in a very difficult time, when they were going through, her and her husband, that is, and I was going through something, I had an affair with her husband, and I had a couple of kids.
You all were friends.
We were all friends.
You had an affair with her cousin, with her husband. And you had a couple of kids with her husband.
And recently we were at a family reunion, the first time that we've actually been able to come to the family reunion. Charles, my children's father, her husband, passed away about a year ago. And we had never been welcomed to the family reunion, but this year we went. But Miss Lane seems to think that my children are not Charles's children, and she said as much. And honestly, in a fit of anger, I threw my phone at her.
Do you know whether that's the fact or not?
They are his children, Your Honor.
Tell me, why don't you think they're his children?
The first two I do agree with. I'll be real about it.
The first two are his children.
The first two. But the second two, I have doubt.
Why?
They don't look like them at all.
Coming up,
I just asked her why weren't the kids' names on the program? And she looked at me and she said she didn't have to. And all I could do was just throw my phone in that direction.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Joyce Cratch, who is suing Anita Lane for $838.
Him and I don't look the same. And people,
Right.
You know.
I don't even
you
know if
brothers?
he's my child. I don't even know if he's my child.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the test.
Fact is, Your Honor, Charles signed the certificate of paternity on all 4 children. So we made sure that
there's a presumption that they're his children, ma'am, and hers. $838. What you suing for? The phone? What did she do?
she broke it. She tossed it back to me.
Tell me how it happened. What was the circumstance?
So we were at a family reunion. Like I said, as a family, me and my 4 kids, we were glad to actually get there. We had stayed away and we were excited, but my daughter, my youngest, Michelle, comes over to me at the end of the reunion as we're leaving and says, "Mom, they didn't put our names on the program." And mind you, Judge, all the kids, all the nieces, all the nephews, every child in that Lane family connected to Charles and his brothers and his sisters, they were all on the program except my children. And I was reluctant to go, but it's about the kids at this point, and it just...
Who did the program? You all were still married when he passed?
We were still married. But
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. You had that right.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering how you got the right to determine who should go in there as siblings. And
Yes.
why didn't you put any of his children in there, ma'am? At least the 2 that you knew were his.
Well, I put in all of the other children because they had their parents. Everyone was there.
I think you putting on a face. I think you
Judge.
putting on a face. I think you were devastated for many, many years, and you felt that you couldn't bring it you couldn't bring yourself because of the pain that you still feel. That's what I believe.
She's petty, and even when my kids
No,
were...
she's in pain. She ain't petty. You petty.
Well, when my kids
petty.
were... Okay, Judge.
Tell me about the phone. How did that proceed to the phone?
Well, when she was getting her potato salad at the end of the reunion...
I'm sorry.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. They ain't had raisins in them, did they?
No raisins, no
Okay,
raisins.
go
We
ahead.
in
As long
North
as they ain't
Carolina.
no raisins
Yeah,
in
no
it.
raisins.
North Carolina. That's
So-
right. I agree with that.
Sweet potatoes.
I tried to approach her just to inquire. Again, at this point, it's about the children. And so I just went to her because my daughter was upset, and I confronted her, and I just asked her why weren't the kids' names on the program. And at first, she wouldn't even answer. She wouldn't even look at me. And I asked her again, and she looked at me, and she said she didn't have to. Well, the kids are illegitimate. And all I could do was just throw my phone in that direction. I didn't intend to hit her.
Self-defense.
That's what I'm saying,
Judgment is
Judge.
your claim is dismissed. You're gonna do all this to this woman and top it off and throw a phone at her. And just because she grabbed it and said, "Here's your phone back," wasn't even self-defense. You were trying to help her out, wasn't you? You were just trying to give her her
Judge,
phone back.
she
You said,
tossed
"Here's
it."
your phone." Tossed it to you.
She tossed it and hit a tree.
She was eating her potato salad.
She didn't pass. She could have caught it, Judge.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
You need to grow up, okay? And then I believe everything will come together. Stop throwing things.
You can head out this way. Grab your belongings.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.